All right, ladies and gents, it's Will Zanders, and this is going to be the first video in a three-part series that we're doing for our 90-day challenge group, but it's going to be based on the book, How to Build Your Network Marketing Business in 15 Minutes a Day by Tom Big Al Schreider. Absolutely incredible book. I think he co-authored that one with Keith, who was just a guest speaker at our event we just had in Dallas. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And this particular video is going to be based on part of that book. And it's going to really be revolved around a couple of core principles, but one of which that it is actually possible to build your business in 15 minutes a day. Now, of course, we admit that's not ideal. I mean, ideally, you want to put in more work than that. But if you only got 15 minutes a day, you can actually build a very large duplicating network marketing business over time if your business, in 15 minutes a day. So let's talk about that. Let's imagine, conceptually speaking, that you were to work out for 48 hours straight, literally hit the gym, and for 48 hours you're working out. That would tear up your body. It would be a terrible idea. You'd get sick. You'd have to sleep and eat. But if you're working out for 48 hours straight, it would be really, really bad for you across the board. And you're not going to get any decent results with that at all. Hopefully you'll survive. Now, just imagine that instead of working out for 48 hours straight, you work out for 15 minutes a day for a grand total of 192 days. And that would be the equivalent of 48 hours. So when you spread out the 48 hours into 15-minute blocks, that's going to be 192 days. That's a pretty good deal. Let me grab some more notes over here for that. And yeah, there we go. Okay, so 192 days. That's going to be way better for 15 minutes. I mean, way better results. I mean, obviously, to work out for that long because of consistency and the power of habit and things of that nature. So just to prove it to you, working out 15 minutes a day, if you really wanted to, you could do literally 5 minutes of jumping jacks. And I can tell you, you're going to be so tired after 2 or 3 minutes, you won't finish it. But let's pretend that you did 5 minutes straight of jumping jacks. And whenever you were taking a break, you were doing marching in place. And then you stretched for 5 minutes straight. Did some really good stretching 5 minutes straight. And then for your workout, all you did was run as fast as you could in a straight line for 5 minutes. You would feel like you were about to die by running as fast as you can for 5 minutes. You wouldn't even make 50 seconds before you started to decrease speed and still push as hard as you can for 5 minutes. So you can do that workout in 15 minutes a day, and literally you would transform your body in 192 days. Like you wouldn't even, I might do that workout because it would literally transform my body. So I might do the 15-minute workout. We'll see. Okay, so that being said, let's dive into like the core of it. Now, here are 3 time secrets that we really want to break down. And everything we did prior to this, okay, was really talking about that you can do your business in 15 minutes a day because 15 minutes a day is a lot better than big, inconsistent chunks, all right? Now, some of these secrets they were covered in our Time Mastery course, which was a 10-part video series that we did for the 90-day challenge group. If you didn't get it or you weren't in the group, message me on Facebook and we'll get you some copies of the Time Mastery course for the lean mean price of free 99. Okay, free. But 3 time secrets that you really want to know. Number 1, time is the most valuable resource on earth. Let me explain. So we got to use our 15 minutes wisely because money is great. I love money. I truly do. But if you lose it, you can make it back. You make a bad business deal, something happens, you can always go make more money. Love and relationships. I love my healthy relationships that I have in my life, but if you ever get heartbroken or you ever get sad or a family member stops talking to you, something like that, with the exception of death, okay, you can recover literally and find a new relationship. If your best friend leaves you, you can find a new best friend and things of that nature, right? So relationships are cool. I love them. Money's cool. I love it. My health, ladies and gentlemen, I've been working out since who knows when. I love working out. I love being healthy. I love using all natural and health and wellness products. Shameless plug from HBN. But my point is, if you lose your health and get sick, you can recover and you can get your health back typically, okay? But time, once invested, once spent, you can never get it back. So that's the first thing about time. It's the most valuable resource on earth because it's so rare and cannot be replenished for any of us, okay? Number 2, all right? Everyone has 24 hours. The richest person and the poorest person all have 24 hours in a day. So as far as the most valuable resource on earth, okay, the most valuable resource on earth, everyone has the same amount of the most valuable stuff on earth. Wow. Okay, so that's a different mindset, a different paradigm right there. And then number 3, the secret, one of the secrets to creating success in 15 minutes a day in your business is to schedule your 15-minute block in advance. Know what you're going to do and when you're going to do it at least a day or two in advance, and that's going to help you out a lot. If you write down your goals or things like that, you are going to be far more likely to achieve them if you write them down in advance. That's the power of intention. A whole lot of other subconscious mind stuff goes into the act of writing down a goal with intention beforehand, some metaphysical stuff going on in there. But just hear me out. If you schedule your 50 minutes in advance, you're a lot more likely to achieve it. And remember, for most of the people in the 90-day challenge group and other people watching the video, you may already be working your business, an hour, 2 or 3 or 4 a day. So this might not apply to you, but it's going to apply to you at some point in your career. And it will also apply to people who tell you things like, I really want to do the business, but I don't have time. Of course you do. Okay. So MLM success is going to come down to 3 factors, and this is an overgeneralization, but write this down. This is an important core concept. 3 factors. Number 1, successful mindsets. And when I say successful mindsets, I mean a positive mental attitude, okay, devoid of subconscious limiting beliefs. All right, we don't have time to do a training on subconscious limiting beliefs right now, but just know subconscious limiting beliefs are a real thing. All right, so that's the first thing you need. You need successful mindsets that are devoid of subconscious limiting beliefs. And that includes your attitudes, your posture, your positive mental attitudes. Let's see what else we got. Your positive beliefs and thoughts about yourself. It's all mindset stuff, okay? Like literally the mental, emotional, physiological part of network marketing, but you need to have certain success mindsets. The second thing you need to be successful in network marketing is new skills, specifically the skills that lend themselves to building a successful network marketing business. Now, why is that? Because whatever skills you have right now, or whatever skills that you have before you come into network marketing, are for your existing career. For example, if you work at FedEx, delivering packages and understanding warehousing and shipping and inventory and freight, that's your current skill set. You don't have the network marketing skill set yet. Okay, that's got to come later. All right. If you work in the HR department somewhere when you start network marketing, you have skills for the HR department, the human resources department. You don't have the network marketing skills yet. And it doesn't matter like where they come from, but McDonald's, you had to get new skills. I used to work at McDonald's in high school. I had to go to like a little orientation to learn the skills. I used to work at the mall. We had to go in on a weekend before the store opened. We were paid, but we got to go through orientation and learn how to do everything in the store. So even menial jobs like McDonald's and working at the mall, that is stuff like that you got to get different skills for. You got to acquire new skills even for small jobs. For big jobs that pay 6 and 7 figures, doctor, you got to get some new skills for that. Dentist, lawyer, you got to get new skills for that. I don't care who you are. If you want to become an NBA player, Division I athlete, you got to get some new skills. That's why you go to practice and have coaches and stuff. No matter what you want to do in life, small job or big job, it's going to require new skills in network marketing, an industry that pays out over $200 billion a year in commissions. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to need some new skills. So you're going to need success mindsets. You're going to need new skills, okay? And then third, you're going to need to take action, all right? Without action, none of this other stuff really matters, all right? So that's the 3 things that you need. Now, let's say, for example, just to kind of sum that up, if you want to go from point A to point B, all right, point A to point B, and point A is where you are, okay? Let's say, for example, no money. Point B is where all the money is and the success and the health and the relationships and everything. As far as network marketing goes, you want to go from A to B. Now, 33% of the journey, all right, 33.3% of the journey is going to be the success mindsets. I just went a third of the way there. Good job. Another 33.3% is going to be the skill sets, the new skill sets. I'm another 33% of the way there. The last 33%, the most important 33%, is going to be the action steps that I take using the mindsets and skill sets. And now I'm at point B. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take action and just go action, 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 action. People say, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Yeah, but you can have both actually. Okay, I'm telling you, you can have both. So if you're only going to take action, you're going to get this far. You're never going to get here because you don't have the skills. If you have the skills and you want to take action, but you don't have the mindsets, it's irrelevant, okay? And if you have the mindsets and the skill sets, but never take action, that's also irrelevant. So the point is, all you have to do is get the mindsets, the skill sets, take action, and you're there. Now, if Okay, you got to do the whole deal. You can't do just a third of it and make a third the money. You got to do the whole deal. If you decide to start your network marketing journey and you are ready to take action, wonderful, and you learn the skills, great. But if you do not want to take the time, effort, to learn and acquire the mindsets, it's like you're going back, twice as far as you had to go forward. So if you got to take 3 steps forward, 1, 2, 3, to get to the goal, if you get 2 of those things done, it doesn't matter, action and the mindsets, and forget the skill sets, you went 1, 2, and then you're going backwards, 3, 4, back to where you started. So once you start this journey, ladies and gentlemen, my best advice I could give you is that you put it in your mind to finish the journey at all costs. It is super, super worth it. I promise you, it is super, super worth it to do this network marketing thing the right way. The lifestyle and the freedom it can give you is unparalleled. And I'll tell you a story at the end of it. Okay, I hope. Oh no. Man, what was that about? Was that annoying? And no, I'm not doing this video again. Are you nuts? Man, my time is the most valuable thing I have, and I don't have time to do multiple videos. I got to catch a flight in the morning. Okay? So, now that we go, let's see where we at. All right. Okay, 24 hours. So, the next thing that we want to cover, and it's crazy because half the stuff, I can't even read my own hand. I don't know if I can tell. I can't even read my own handwriting. This is literally hilarious at this point. So the things that you can do from a skill set and mindset standpoint, let's talk about how you can acquire those and not put those in your 15 minutes a day. Okay, because your 15 minutes a day, I'm gonna tell you, it has to be spent doing income producing activities. You have to put the skills in place and then use them in that 15 minutes a day. So we don't have time to use our 15 minutes a day to acquire skill sets and mindsets. Here are 4 ways where you can acquire skill sets and mindsets. Okay, so number 1, when you wake up in the morning, again, this is not ideal, but it's better than nothing. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to hit play. Okay, on what? A motivational video, all right, or a skills training video. Or audio. You're going to hit play every single morning. And while you're going through your morning routine, you don't have to take notes. You need to be going through your morning routine. You're not spending any extra time doing anything, but just instead of waking up in the morning and hearing silence, you're going to be programming your mind with either mindsets or skill sets. And that is technically an action step. So you're really getting stuff done early in the morning. When you wake up, hit play on the phone, have your video or your motivational audio or audiobook ready to go, and just let that information saturate your mind. Number 2, learning while commuting. We call it Drive Time University. When you get in your vehicle to go to the grocery store, when you get in your vehicle to go to work, when you get in the Uber for them to take you to the airport and you got headphones on, you need to be listening to either the motivational mindset stuff, positive mental attitude, personal development, or you need to be listening to skill stuff. You need to be doing one or the other and listening to the information that's going to help you get from point A to point B. The third thing is going to be low-level tasks. Whenever you have a low-level task, like for example, when I'm in town, staying with my parents, I mow their lawn before I fly back home. I always mow their lawn. My mom loves it. My dad, like, hey man, can you mow the lawn? Of course I can. When I'm mowing the lawn, that's what I call a low-level task. If I'm cleaning out my parents' garage, I call that a low-level task. It means that there's not a lot of mental energy that has to go into that. So I'll get some big noise reduction headphones and I will listen to skill sets or mindset stuff the entire time while I'm mowing the lawn. If doing laundry, cleaning out the garage, like if I'm working out on a treadmill part, at least, like when I hit the weights, I'm probably listening to music. But when I'm warming up and stretching on the treadmill or on the stretching mats and stuff, I'm listening to personal development or skills training. All right, I use my low level tasks time for learning the skill sets and mindsets, because that is literally 2/3 of what I need to do to get super good at network marketing. All right, I want to take it to a whole nother level. And then the fourth one is for people who actually like to read books, or people who like to watch the news. If you like to watch the news, I can tell you the news is full of bull. Period, point blank. It is what it is. However, if something happens you need to know about, don't worry. You'll hear about it at work or social media, or somebody's going to text you, hey, you heard about? You're going to hear about it. So replace your time watching the news by doing your personal development at that time. Or if you really like to read books, instead of reading like the newest Harry Potter novel, you can, catching up with the Dune series, you can literally swap it out for some network marketing books that cover skill sets and or mindsets. All right, so time is the most valuable resource you have, and you're not using any additional time to any of the stuff I just said. You're just reallocating tasks to a higher priority task, which is acquiring the skill sets and mindsets necessary to become a top earner in network marketing. With that being said, we already said that our 15 minutes I just want to reiterate, our 15 minutes need to be done with real work, and then that we'll need to acquire real new skills, just like any profession. Okay. And the next step is going to be, if we're going to learn the skills fast, and we have some great tools over there at HBN University, we got a bunch of cool stuff over there for you. But if you just had to work on the 4 core skills, remember, 15 minutes is not ideal, but it's just what we got to do. The 4 core skills that I would be looking to learn in my commuting time, my low-level task time, my replacing watching the news or Netflix binge watching time, my time, waking up in the morning. The 4 core skills I would want to learn off top. I'll tell you what, I'll make it 5. I'd want to learn the 4 color personalities. I'd want to learn how to create trust and belief and rapport. That is a skill, by the way. There are books written on that. And with social media, it's as easy to do as ever, okay? The 3rd skill is inviting, but specifically icebreakers, all right? Tom has a great book on that. The 4th skill is how to close prospects. You need to know how to close and understand that the decisions the brain makes, and understand that most people are pre-sold on network marketing. That's another training. We'll probably cover that in the next video that drops on Wednesday. And then also you need to know how and when to give a presentation. Knowing how and when to give a presentation is absolutely critical, because we want to keep this video, hopefully you've internalized some powerful concepts in it and you're kind of excited going, hey, I need to know what I need to learn. I think this 15 minutes a day, I can do it. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up with a little talk about leadership, and I took some notes for that as well. So if people say MLM doesn't work, no, you didn't work. The network marketing industry does not need to be validated by you or anybody else. It has made more millionaires than any other industry in the history of the world. It's tremendous. Like, network marketing for me, well, I'll save that part for the story at the end, all right? But that being said, if your team, from a leadership standpoint, you really need to work. If your teammates ever come to you and say, hey, I really, I'm struggling in my business, I want to work it, but something's not right, there's a 5-step test that I did a video on. So make sure you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and or go back like a video or 2 or 3 or something like that, and you'll see a 5-step test that I gave on how to evaluate what's wrong with your network marketing business and how to fix it. 5-step tests take less than 5 minutes to do, and you'll know exactly what you need to work on to get your business to the next level. So we already did a video on that. If you're not familiar with that, I'll just give you this question. And this powerful, powerful question, okay, is going to be how you can very, very quickly identify and solve the issues in your struggling team members and not have to waste a lot of time. And the question is going to be, assuming they're not doing the business well, all right, is the only question you're going to ask is can't or won't, question mark. That's the only question you need to know. 3 words, can't or won't. Excuse me, that's the only thing you have to ask. If they're not taking the proper action to do the business building activities to become successful in network marketing, is it because they can't do it or because they won't do it? If they can't do it, it's because they need to work on their skills. We just talked about how you can go acquire skills doing 4 different things at times of the day. If they could do it, but they won't do it, that is going to be a mindset issue, and they need to do more personal development. If they won't do the business, it is because they need to do more personal development, and no amount of techniques or magic words or training or skills is going to help them get the motivation they need to do the business. They need to do personal development. They need to work on their why. They need to understand their desire. They need to do more motivational videos and things like that. That's what you got to tell them to go do, and it's their responsibility if they won't do the business. If they can't do the business, no amount of motivation or pep rallies or videos is going to help them unless it's about training and skills and techniques. They need to learn the exact words to say and do to become successful in this industry. So all you got to ask yourself, if a person's having trouble, shucks, if you having trouble, is it I'm not doing the work, I'm not taking the action I need to take, I either can't do it or I won't do it. And if you can't do it, all right, can't do it, skill set issue. Won't do it, mindset issue. And that's how you know what you need to work on in those different times of day, right? When you wake up, when you doing low-level tasks, when you're commuting, you need to feed your brain with either skill set stuff or mindset stuff, and that's going to help them explode a lot, explode their business a lot quicker. And last but not least, in the next video, we're going to talk about, getting prospects and things like that and some other stuff. But let me close this video out with a story. And I remember when I was a kid in the streets in uptown New Orleans, me and my mom would sometimes either ride bikes or drive or walk and catch the streetcar and go to the library. And the library we used to go to was on St. Charles Avenue. Now this library was really cool, and it was it was a house that when the guy passed away, he donated the house to the city and turned it into a library. And this house looked like a castle. Like if you ever been on St. Charles in uptown New Orleans, it's some of the finest houses in the country on the streetcar line. Like the right house, I'm like, man, that's amazing. You know, these $1 million houses, right? Multi-million-dollar houses. And I'm going, these houses are in movies and everything, right? So I used to always tell my mom, I want a castle. And she would say, okay, baby, one day you'll get a castle. I want a castle. I want a house like the Castle House. I would always say that. And then as I grow up and I start to like, go to college and get degrees and go to work, and I'm making like 40 grand a year back then, I'm like, who can afford that? What job is that? I don't even know what job these people have. They either inherited houses, or they're professional athletes, or they're top CEOs in corporate America, or they're like 80-year-old bankers, or they won the lottery. I don't even know. They're rock stars. I don't know. But whatever it is, I went through a list of things I could do that would pay me enough money to get a house like that. The list was this big. That is how big. Y'all seen the new Facebook emoji? It's like this one. It's like the little pincher emoji. Yeah, the Facebook one. That's how big the list was, ladies and gentlemen. There was not a single job that I was either the right age, height, talent level. There wasn't anything I could find other than the Powerball. All right, we know how likely that is. Let me tell you about the lottery right quick. I read this fact today, and we always post like a fun fact in our groups and stuff. You are more likely to die driving to go get a lottery ticket than you are to win the lottery. You are, statistically speaking, you are literally 3 times more likely to die driving to get a lottery ticket than you are to actually win the lottery. So if you win the lottery, you are cheating death. Congratulations, okay? True story. Verified fact, all right? So that being said, I couldn't figure out a way to make that amount of money. And, I'm hoping, wishing, praying, manifesting, doing all the stuff, right? And in walks network marketing. Now, I can tell you, I started network marketing some years ago. In my first year ever doing network marketing, I hit a 6-figure PIM level with a company, and it changed my life forever. It wasn't enough to go buy $1 million house, no. But it was enough for me to say, wait a minute, I made more money part-time, an hour or 2 a day, probably about 2 hours a day back then. When I was doing my 90-day run, it was 4 hours a day. Wow, 4 hours a day. This is all part-time, and you still make that amount of money. Ridiculous. And then as you get better and better and acquire more skills, you get better and better at building a business. Okay, so now, for the record, I'm not in the whatever house I would consider a castle house yet. Right, I'll get one. But the house I'm in now on the market, $600 grand. It's a beautiful house. 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath, gated community, everything I ever wanted in a house. My office is incredible. I love it personally. So it's a lot of house. It's a little bit lot of space for me personally. But at the same time, it is what it is. But the goal, that particular home, I could never afford. Never, with any job I ever had. I don't have just a college degree. I got a law degree. And the lawyers in that neighborhood, they can't even afford to stay there. It just costs too much. It just costs too much to stay there, But at the end of the day, and it's new construction. Like nobody's ever lived in that house. Like just me. It's really cool, And so for me, I advocate this industry. And we do videos like this, and we put them up for free on YouTube and stuff like that, regardless of the company you're with, because I know that I learned a lot from videos on people in network marketing who weren't with my company. One of the best skills you can ever learn is being able to watch good videos on YouTube and stuff from other network marketers who aren't with your company and not fall in love with their company. If you can acquire that skill of acquiring information without really wanting to go do that opportunity, you can have your acres of diamonds right where you are. And it's amazing. The saddest thing I see is people who flip-flop back and forth between company. And, that's what it is. My first company, they closed. So like, Will, why did you leave your company? They closed. The next one, why did I leave? Because they lied on the contract and they changed the compensation plan. And, sometimes companies do that stuff. But when you find a good company, you want to plant a flag and make the magic happen. In fact, I've been with the company I'm with now, HB and Hardbody Naturals. I've been with them for over 2 years now. It'll be 3 years in May. So it's about 2.5 years, give or take. And I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. And I've made more money at this particular company. This company put me over the $1 million career earning mark. Like it does the deal. So I made as much money as this company as I made in my previous 3 companies combined. Okay, in a same amount of time. So it's really cool. So if you find the right company, rock it out. But it's really hard to make long-term residual income going from company to company to company to company to company. So I don't advocate that at all. But if you got to go, you got to go. So if you got to go, they call it transition. You got to transition, then you got to transition. Like when people die, they don't say die anymore. They say that they transitioned, which is cool. So that's all it is. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend the network marketing industry because it's the only way I ever found for average people to work part-time and achieve above average results in life. And the car I have now, I couldn't have that with no other job I ever had. That is network marketing. And then a really cool thing is you can take some of that network marketing money, one, be debt free, get your house, get your car, and start investing and saving. Man, saving money is fun. Investing money in stocks and cryptocurrencies and real estate, man, that stuff is fun. But I couldn't have done none of that without network marketing. And so I'll cut the video off there because I got so much to say about that. But enjoy the video. And then in the 48 hours on Wednesday, we're going to drop part 2 of Building Your Business in 15 Minutes a Day. Trainings based on a book called Building Your Business in 15 Minutes a Day by Keith and Tom Big Al Schreider. This is Will Sanders, and I will see you on the next one.